A lot of people don't really understand what happened during World War II or the wars. Like I say, I was a I had purchased all of Germany basically, or was purchasing, or I don't know if I had already purchased it or I was going to purchase it. But basically, like I say, I had like I built the Yamato, I believe, and I built all these other battleships, and we used them for shelling rock faces. Like they would clear off the dirt, and then we would shell the rock face, and then we would mine the minerals, right? So I didn't really like. I just built the cannons, and I built them for that. And I was doing, I was just an inventor and just kind of like, we cruised around, we did this, we did that. I didn't really get involved in politics. I didn't really get involved in police departments. I mean, I built the police stations, I built the safety houses, I built the towns and stuff like that, and kind of managed the people. And I had people that worked for me basically. And like I say, there was an investigator, and there was something like the children were going missing, or this one town, a lot of people had gone missing. Three investigators had gone missing. Basically, they had gone up there, been driving around, and I guess there was like a checkpoint or something like that, and one of them had gotten killed, and basically it was a problem. And like this one guy's his wife, like he lived in the city, and he drove up there. He was looking for his wife because he was in the city. His wife had either gotten killed or kidnapped. So so he was looking for her, and there was this other investigator that was investigating this other cold case, and they were up there. Like I said, there's two investigators up there, and so a lot of bad stuff was going on, and had been happening around here. I had built the safety house and everything else like that, and like I say, I was just there was just a lot of death and a lot of problems, and I was trying to figure out who it was because I technically owned Germany, and basically they were supposed to be loyal to me, so or something like that, kind of. Anyway though, so like I say, there's this one guy, and he was supposed to be a movie producer, but he was actually like the number one drug dealer, and he was a really seedy guy. And I think he had killed this wife or this woman up in the house or something like that. And I was kind of investigating that. I was like, what's going on here? Because there's just a lot of people were disappearing in this area. So anyway, so that's was a prelude to the build up to where I was landing ships on the shore. I landed my ships there, and I didn't really want to be killing those soldiers because it's like we trained them; those are my soldiers technically. So I'm like, it's like almost like friendly fire. So anyway, so like I say, the tanks are coming down, and I was really kind of hesitant because I'm like, am I killing a friend or am I killing a bad person? But they had already killed like three people, or at least three people had already gone missing, and quite a few other people had gone missing in this area. It was like the area where people go missing. So that's what actually led up to the beach landing. And like I say, it we did the beach landing, and we kind of took it first or whatever, and then after we did that, I kept on saying, why isn't the stuff being investigated? Why isn't the killer of these people being found? Anyway, so apparently he was bribing people and actually had a little bit more power than I did, or something like that. So anyway, so that's when I started landing the ships and everything else like that. And like I say, I ordered them. They were in the harbor, and I ordered them. I was like, take that ship, get to full speed, and just ram that beach, park it. My words were, park it on the beach. So that's exactly what they did. I mean, normally you're like, ooh, we might get fouled. It's like, no, go ahead, just take it up in there. So, like I say, it was point blank battleship fighting. So, and like that, and some people would say that's when we knew it was a different kind of situation than normal. They were taking the battleships right up into the beach and beaching them, and that's exactly what I did. I was like, you're a turret. So, and then the people were. Yeah, I mean, it was a classic scene because the people are offloading onto the beach right there, and the battleship is like right there on the beach, and it's like boom, like just full on. It fired for over 45 minutes, just one shell after another, just right into like they said, there was a three-story building that used to be there, and the shells were going through the three-story building onto the other side because I think they were trying to get something over there, and they said it just vaporized, it crumbled, like it was made of dust. It's like, well, normally we bust granite rock, so yeah, that's gonna happen. It was pretty glorious. Anyway, though, but that's why a lot of people would be like, we don't understand what happened. It's like, well, this is what happened. Really bad drug dealer, really bad gangster, whatever. He was living in one of my old safety house, or one of the safety houses I had built He was credible witness. It was a 5 or 6 year investigation that was leading up to this. That this was the guy that we were looking for. The bad person was here, and so we were taking him out and his people, and once we had some of his people captured, then that led to some of the other people. And another thing, like I say, once they found out who I was, that I was Lucifer Star, creator, then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, the guy you're probably looking for is over there, and there was also like an error of calmness or like hope, because like I was cleaning up everyone. We were just going from one continent to another continent to another continent, and we were just getting all the bad people at once. The really, really bad, the nasty people that would torture people and hurt people, and like it was crumbling. This was about 1926, when it was like, well, I don't really want to do this, and I'm really sorry that you guys had to die, and that we had to do this, but like I said, it was credible that these people were really that bad, that they had really killed that many people, as far as I know. And like I said, there was this huge investigation afterwards. I mean, it was huge. I mean, I wanted to know where people died, how they died. They mapped out everything. They mapped out the roads. They said fighting here, 3 people died here. They returned fire here. These people were wounded and hurt. Like, it was a huge investigation afterwards, because I wanted to know that I was right. And I wanted to know that I was actually taking out bad people. I wanted proof. So, I mean, we had credible information coming into it. And then afterwards, there was this huge investigation where they actually measured from postmarks to where the bodies were. It was this massive investigation, that lasted like 2 or 3 years. Because it led to all these skirmishes and all this war. Where, like I said, at times there was these 2 brothers, and like one of the guys was like, I couldn't shoot my brother. It's like, so I'm sorry, I didn't know. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Don't worry about it. We'll lock him up if he's still alive. Don't worry about it. I mean, it was one of those surreal situations that nobody ever faces. It's like, well, I'm the creator, so things were a little bit different, and I didn't really want to put you guys in this situation, but the problems had just become too bad. I had to act. So, and then I mean, I was using Spanish war galleons in 1920. It was one of the most surreal moments. Like I say, people thought it was a joke because these Spanish war galleons are like sailing into the harbor, and it's like da da da, and they shelled the docks. They're using the canyon on the docks. So. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you should look it up. It's really good. I mean, people died, but like when you think about it, I mean, nobody ever gets to die versus Lucifer Star, the creator. Normally, I don't do war. I don't do anything like that. But this time, that situation, yeah, it was. They were pulling all my ships out of mothballs. It was like, we ride again. It's like, yeah, and they rode for the creator, Lucifer Star. I mean, some people